If you could go back in time
Yeah.
and talk to a younger version of yourself,
Oh, yeah.
what 3 pieces of advice, what 3 steps would you give them to either be more confident, more successful, to thrive more, or to just get to where you're at faster? What would you tell that guy?
Oh, okay. So I think that's the big thing is getting there faster.
Yeah.
Because if it was just me and going back and say, stay on target.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it seems crazy right where you're at right now, but you're going to get there eventually somehow. You can't even envision.
Yeah, you don't even know what's coming up, but you're going to get
Oh, yeah. But you do it faster. Trust in yourself, hands down. Trust in yourself. You are the unique person. I don't know who the hell you are, but you are you, and believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Never stop learning.
Never stop learning.
Just keep exploring. Just keep checking things out. Hell, even if it's going to Wikipedia and opening up a random page to learn about whatever it might be, go do that thing.
Yeah.
You're going to come away from it going, I learned something today.
Yeah.
And I might be more interested in it.
Yeah.
The third thing is there's going to be tough times. And know that you'll get through them.
Oh, no, no one has said that yet.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. I mean, life is rough.
Life is rough.
It's how you manage to get through those rough spots, I think, build the most character. This is, it's easy to maintain a certain level of just day-to-day life. But how you respond to things is really about the defining character of an individual. If you're someone who just gives up or throws a shoe at a door or something like that, you're frustrated.
Yeah.
What are you getting out of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or do you find some inner platitude and find calm and deal with it that way? Hey, more power to you if you can figure that out. But
yeah.
That takes practice.
Yeah, right. How many times have I hit my fucking thumb with a hammer? Yeah, yeah.
But I think those 3 things would have accelerated me a little bit more.
Yeah.
Would I have believed myself in the future?
Yeah, you know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we all have to go through our own particular way to get there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't necessarily believe the adult. I mean, I didn't believe the adults in my life.
Fuck, I didn't, yeah.
I mean, that's the surprising thing as a youngster. We're still figuring shit out at this age.
Totally. Totally.
Am I making mistakes and still going, what the hell am I doing? Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Nearly turning 50 here, and I'm like, oh my God, what were my parents doing?
Yeah, yeah. It can be. I love that moment for some friends that had it dawned on them, especially the guys that are their fathers.
Yeah.
Where they're like, yeah, I had this realization. You know, I'm a dad, and I was like, wait a minute. My dad was my age.
Yeah.
And I was so much older. What the fuck?
How do they do
He didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He was just like, yeah, sure, kid, don't stick your finger in that, you know?
I think that's where we get more appreciation for our parents, too.
Yeah, totally.
Is we look at them going, how did I not die?
Yeah, totally.
How do they keep food on the table?
Right, yeah.
How do they do all these things?
Yeah.
And still, they seem like, from our point of view, that they seem like they were fine and dandy.
They had it together.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me. Maybe my parents did have it all together.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure they did.
Yeah, they did. It was all easy. Cakewalk.
When I think of community builders, there are 2 kinds of guys in my world that are community builders. They're the guys that are out front, making a lot of noise, building community.
Right.
And then there's the guys that are quiet, and they're building the infrastructure, and they're doing the small but precious work. And I think of you as that guy. Yeah,
you need both of them. And I've seen exactly that. I mean, that's a great way to quantify both these 2 things. You need the person who's the promoter, the person who puts themselves out there. They are the identifier. People go, that is the person. When they think of that person, they think of the community, and vice versa.
Yeah.
They never, well, I can't say they never, but it's not about the people who work behind the stage.
Yeah.
Those are the people that get the things done, not to diminish the role that figurehead.
It's all teamwork.
But it's all that individual. And then you have the rest of the audience there as well.
Yeah.
They are definitely the characters. You have to have that to make that community happen. So thank you for thinking me of that way, because I do. So I appreciate that. And I do enjoy that role. And I see it sort of as a quasi-different way of friendship. I mean, it's an interesting way to build a different capacity of what it means to love and share and gift and think about what it means to be in service. If we're going to use kind of a broader term of what in service means.
So what does in service mean to you?
Being in service it's a gift sort of thing. I mean, we're all in service in many ways, and some of it is not necessarily a monetary exchange, but it is I bring my car into someone, they change the oil. They're in service to me. I'm not paying for them for it, but there is that exchange of it. But there's also this idea of service of maybe even a ruthless gratitude for what you do, because you're going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
You're putting that effort towards other people, or you're thinking consciously for other people on what it is. You're still doing it sometimes for yourself. So there's an altruistic quality to it.
Yeah.
But most of the time you're just doing it for the thing that you want to do anyways.
Right.
So I think for myself, I enjoy this idea of community, maybe a little C community, of I like working with other people. And it's not necessarily because it's a business transaction or I want to do something. It is because we have a collective interest together, or at least a goal fostered together to make something happen.
Yeah.
And communities can bring out the best in people and the worst in people. But talking about the best in people is because you do see that shared vision.
Right.
And it's obviously different from friendship, because friendship is not necessarily based upon, oh, we want to go do this thing. Yeah, maybe we want to go bowling or go deer hunting or something like that.
Yeah.
But the community is more focused around that objective that you're trying to do.
Right.
And that is incredibly richly rewarding. So I would almost say you've got friends, family, community, and there's definitely going to be some crossover and all of that.
Right.
But I think what you're going to get out of it and what you're going to give into it are going to be completely different.
So how many active communities are you a part of?
That's hard to define. I mean, I go to Burning Man.
Yeah. You're a ranger.
I'm a ranger, definitely doing that.
That within itself is its own community within the community of Burning Man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, they all have their own different secret handshakes and culture and different ways of doing stuff. But even within, say, the Black Rock Rangers, you still have even smaller communities in there too. You've got different groups and departments and things that they're trying to achieve. Their goals are different than everyone else at times.
Yeah.
And that becomes its own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you work closely with people. You have to entrust with people.
Yeah, totally.
And that's a big thing. In various communities, it depends. There's consent, there's conduct, there's all of those truths that we have to hold each other evident to.
Right.
And if we don't, either maybe we're not cut out for that community, depending upon what it is, or maybe the community needs to change. So you have to kind of figure out what you want to get into it, what you want to invest in it. Because it is just dropping seeds into the ground, and hopefully they come to fruition.
Right. So where did this value for community come from?
Finding something bigger than myself.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm atheist, so I don't believe in a god or gods. But I believe in community. I believe in seeing people do better for themselves. And collectively, you can do some amazing things together.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah.
And watching people thrive in those environments is empowering.
Yeah.
Where it can just be, you create an environment.
Yeah.
There can be tools involved in there too, but if you create an environment, people will learn. People will model with each other. People will sometimes collectively, as a group, grow into something more.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And every once in a while, I mean, all relationships end.
Yeah, totally.
And so all communities sometimes collapse. I mean, we've all been in friendships that don't exist.
Don't exist anymore. Yeah.
A collection of people that don't exist anymore.
Yeah. I mean, that's how our relationship started. Is
Right.
we had other communities, and those communities grew and grew and grew, and then they just kind of splintered off and went
Yeah.
their own ways, and it was natural.
Natural.
And in some cases, it was abrupt.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that we didn't care about each other or support each other.
Correct.
Or
Yeah,
all
definitely.
it meant was like we were moving different directions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember me in my 20s holding on to those relationships.
Oh yeah, man.
And they were so important
Yep.
until they weren't. And they were just convenience more
Yeah.
than anything else.
Yeah, totally.
And I see that different with communities sometimes. It's okay, if the splintering happens or they just
Yeah.
fizzle out.
Yeah.
It happened.
Yeah.
So be grateful for that.
Yeah.
You had that shining moment, whether it was a year or 10 years or more.
Yeah.
Holy crap, the stories that you can tell
Holy
because of all of that.
Yeah.
Or one shouldn't.
Because confidentiality.
But that was meaningful at that time, and that did something to you. It got you to a next step.
Hell yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
I am so grateful for all the little changes because of those communities that I have been in.
Yeah.
I didn't think of them as goal-oriented at the time, and they happen organically sometimes. Either they just suddenly appear
Yeah.
and it happens, or you dip into them.
Yeah. I love how
change.
community can also lead you to new communities. Because
Right.
sometimes it's like you're in a community and they see a part of you that not everybody else gets to see.
Right.
And then that one person sees that thing and goes, oh, hey, do you know about this?
Right. And being able to expose yourself
Oh, hell yeah.
is incredible. It is so awakening, so opening of oneself. Again, we talk about trust, is putting yourself out there
Yeah.
in some way that just like being on your back and exposing your soft underbelly
Yeah, totally, right?
and just going, okay, is this going to be all right?
Yeah.
And being rewarded for
For taking that fucking
For whatever
risk,
it
yeah.
was.
Oh my God, yeah. Holy fuck, yeah.
it's a crazy wild ride, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm the unspoken on camera
Right.
here with some of the shit we've been involved in. I'm just like, yep, soft underbelly.
Yeah.
Some good stuff right
Take the
there.
ticket, take the ride.
Fuck yeah, man. You buy
But again, if we never put ourselves out there, if we never exposed ourselves, metaphorically, not well. If we never exposed ourselves into trying new things and putting ourselves out there, we would never have been as richly rewarded as we would have been.
Yeah.
And I think there is some caution to all of that too. It's not like, I'm just going to run around and expose myself to everything. Yeah, you might get hurt in that way, and there's definitely a calculated risk in that, but you feel these things, you get used to them, you kind of adapt, you just fully rush into something. Oh, you might. You might be like, wow, that was the best thing ever.
Yeah, totally.
I did that thing.
Yeah. It's kind of like
That was crazy.
The first time people go to Burning Man, like they just get so popped. And it's like, okay, and it's like Burning Man has so many fucking things. It's so many things, and it can be like I tune it to like you have a rubber band. This is your world.
Yeah.
And then you go to Burning Man and it gets stretched, and then you go home and he comes back and you're like, oh, wait a minute, it contracts, and in that contraction it's like. There's so many ways you can make so much meaning about it, or so much wrong about it, or so much right about it. And it's like, but the bottom line is you just stretched your rubber band.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're living in a whole new world of possibilities that you had never been exposed to before because you've done this one damn thing.
Right. You and I were talking about growing up in small, I can't even call them cities, they're villages. They're towns, they're
tiny little towns in the middle of fucking nowhere.
And I went to college in Milwaukee, and it's it's a nice city. I like it.
Yeah.
It's Harley Davidson and Schlitz beer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But at the end of college, I knew that there was an entire world out there.
Yeah.
And that was scary.
Yeah.
I was like, what do I do? I got my degree. What do I do?
Yeah.
Now I'm an adult.
Right.
I'm out of school.
Yeah.
And that can be a hallmark of you're an adult now. What do you do in life?
Yeah.
And there was a woman out here from San Francisco who was visiting her brother in Milwaukee. And we started dating. And she said, why don't you come out and move to San Francisco? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That's far away.
Mm-hmm.
That's new.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds scary.
Yeah.
But I said, why not? What's the worst that could happen? I can always move back. And if I don't take this opportunity, this is never going to happen again.
Right.
Ever.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, well, you can't move out here. It sucks.
Yeah.
You know? That you don't get that opportunity again.
Yeah.
So I took that chance. I moved out to San Francisco.
Yeah.
We broke up in 6 months.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And it was scary.
Yeah.
Hands down. I had no friends. I had to find a place to live. And I just broke up with the one person I knew in San Francisco.
Fucking A, man.
That sucked.
Yep.
But I had a new entire state to explore. I had seen the Golden Gate Bridge, the Yosemite, the giant redwood forest.
Yeah, dude.
I knew that there was more out there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I tightened my britches and I did it.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to own it. I'm going to do this for myself.
Fuck
I'm
yeah.
not doing it for anyone else.
Yeah.
I made friends.
Yeah.
I got family. I'm so richly rewarded because I took that one chance.
Yeah.
And if I didn't take that chance, I don't know what I'd be doing.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be as exciting
Oh,
as what
yeah.
I'm doing here. I certainly wouldn't be here on this
Yeah.
couch talking to you right
Yeah,
now.
totally right. Dating two beautiful women, and
Yeah.
having
I love me.
yeah, fuck yeah, you do.
I love me, and I like where my life is because of I took that chance.
Yeah, totally.
Do that.
Do that. Right on, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This
You're
has been
welcome.
fantastic.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Thank you, John.
All right, guys. See ya.